I'm making this video for anyone who is yet to set their 2026 goals. Maybe because it feels a bit overwhelming and you don't know how to start, or probably you just need a few guidelines to make it easy for you to start. You might want to pay attention to this video because it's going to help you. Now, before we begin, I would encourage you have your writing materials because it's going to help you. Yes, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I can have my goals in my head. In fact, when I have it in my head, it makes it easier and faster for me to achieve them, blah, 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 and all of that. No, I said no. Even the Bible said we should write the vision down, make it plain, and so that we can run with it. So you definitely have to write this down, because writing your goals, your visions down, it helps you get closer to your dream. So let's begin. I hope you have your writing materials and you didn't just smile it away when I talked about it. Well, permit me to read from my book because I have set my goals and I'm going to be giving you a few guidelines step by step on how you'll be able to put your goals together. So first of all, you want to just make these goals plain by writing them down. And there are basically 5 key points you're going to be focusing on when you want to set your goals. The first is spiritual, the emotional, financial, health. Okay, I'm going to go over that again. The first is spiritual, and then we have finances, we have health, we have family/relationship, we have business/career, and then we have personal development. So I'm going to take it again. We have spirituality, we have finances, we have health, family/relationship, then we have business/career, and then we have personal development. Okay, so I'm going to be very fast with this because this class has to be very, very short. Now, you want to set your goals bit by bit. What do I mean by that? Of course, you're going to set the whole goals for the year, but just try as much as possible to divide it so that it will be easy and attainable, because your goal has to be attainable, it has to be measurable, and you have to achieve them. Okay, so first I am setting my first quarter goals. That's for the next 90 days. I'm setting the goals for that. Now, under spirituality, you want to talk about your prayer life. You want to also talk about your fasting, your tithing, and then your offering, and also evangelism. Under your finances, you want to talk about how much you're going to make. As a business owner, how much do you want to make for the next 90 days? What is your goal? Do you understand? And for those in the career parts, that's already like quote and unquote, you already know how much you're going to earn. So you're just jotting it down basically. Then if you have other sources of income, you can also add that. Now, under the finances, it is divided into different parts. We have your saving goals, we have your debt goals, we have investment goals, and then you have your spending and lifestyle goals. Under your finances, under the financial goals, you have saving goals, you have debt goals, you have investment goals, you have spending and lifestyle. So under the savings, you want to talk about how much you're going to, what's the percentage you want to save from all the incomes that you're coming in. You're writing them down, remember. Okay, what's the percentage from your savings? From your salary as a career person, or from your business? What's the percentage you want to save from each of the income that comes in? From your debt goals, what are the goals? How do you intend to pay these debts? Basically, what are the scopes you've written down to help you achieve settling these debts? Okay. Now, for the investments, for those of you who already have investments running in, you want to talk about either increasing the percentage of your investment, or you want to start a new investment added to that, and all of that. Then for your spending and lifestyle, it's very important you have a budget so that you're working with it. Okay, you have a budget, you track your expenses, you reduce unnecessary spending, inability to delay gratification, and make sure you follow your budget. Now, for the health goals, you want to talk about your exercise, your daily exercise. You want to talk about alcohol or soft drinks. Do you want to stop it or not? For alcohol, soft drink, I know that some of you already know some people are doing 100 days without soda drinks, 100 days without alcohol, and all of that. Do you want to add this? You want to also talk about fruits and vegetable, and then you want to talk about body checkup. Now, for the relationship goals, if you're not in a relationship, you want to talk about you being in a relationship if you want to, right? And then if you're already in a relationship, you want to talk about things that you think you want to do better to enhance your relationship, to give you a positive relationship, like honesty, being emotionally matured, actively listening, avoiding silent treatments, developing your self-esteem and your self-trust, stuff like that. You all know what you want for your relationship. You just want to make sure you write them down. Then for your family goals, basically you are just talking about what would be your communication with your family. What's it going to be like? All right. Are you going to be calling your mom twice in a week? For those of you who don't stay with your mom, are you going to be sending your siblings messages? You want to talk about that. And then you also want to talk about building a community if that's in your interest. Okay. Now for the career and the business goals, you want to talk about, if you're in a career line, you want to talk about what you want to do better for your career to be, for the person you're working with, for it to, like, what do you want to do better? How do you want to present yourself so that you can make more sales for the person you're working for? Okay. And then you, as a business owner, you also want to talk about what how you want to be, what you want to be, so that you can be a better person. Okay. And then you also want to talk about setting healthy boundaries around your workplace. You want to talk about your leadership and communication skills, depending on the kind of job you do. And then you also want to talk about expanding your network. All right. Now for the business goals, if you have something you want to launch, an ebook, a digital course, anything at all that you want to launch, you want to talk about that. As a content creation, as a content creator, everything I have here is already written according to content creation line. So you that want to set this goal, you already have, you probably are doing something different from me. So our goals are not going to align. So I'm just going to skip this part. Pam. And then personal development, which happens to be the last. You want to talk about how many books do you want to read within this time frame? Okay, how many books? What are the books going to be on? All right. And then you also want to talk about strengthening your connections with your purpose, your values, and your faith. Maybe basically watching personal development videos on YouTube. All right. And not spending the whole of your time on television or playing games for guys. Now you also want to talk about, enrolling for a course to help your intelligence, right? And then you want to make applications to what you want to do the most. Maybe you want to be a brand influencer, you want to be something, and you've been looking out for it. So you want to start making applications towards that to sow seed for it. So this is all I have here. I hope this is going to help you to start setting your goals. And I want to tell you, it is not too late to set that goal. So you have your writing material, just start setting the goals right away after watching this video. I can't wait to see us doing massively well in 2026. Bye.